There are now 5 different UV printers fighting for the same shelf space in your shop, and 2 of them are still sitting on Kickstarter, while a third is finalized but doesn't ship until August. So today I want to answer the question that is constantly asked. With all of the new UV printers, who are they actually for? Is this a crafter's tool or a small business tool? And I'm going to walk through the real math, machine cost, ink cost, how often you have to run it just to keep it alive, and what it costs if you don't print every day. My simple builds, we make it just for you. Quick disclosure up front, I own a UviiMake E1, bought it myself, full price, no relationship with the company. Everything else in this video, OMTech, xTool, HeyGears, longer, I have not touched them. That's just research pulled straight from the published specs and pricing. I'll tell you which is which as we go. Before we get into machines, here's the framework, because everybody obsesses over the sticker price, and that's the least important number. 4 things decide whether a UV printer makes you money or just sits there looking cool. 1. Machine cost, what you pay up front. 2. Ink cost, per millimeter or per kilogram, because that's your cost of goods on every single item you sell. 3. How often you have to run the machine, even when you don't have orders, just to keep the print heads from clogging. And 4, and this one nobody really talks about, what happens if you don't print every day? Because some of these machines punish you for that. Let's start with the one I actually run, the UviiMake E1. Machine cost $2,299 to $2,499 for the basic bundle, $3,299 for the deluxe. This is the machine that made desktop UV printing a real category. It broke Kickstarter's all-time funding record before it ever shipped. Ink cost. This got better recently. UviiMake dropped the price of their ink cartridge from $42.99 down to $29.99 per 100 milliliters. And the full ink and cleaning kit is about $209.99 right now. That's roughly 30 cents a milliliter for now, down from over 40 cents. Here's the part that matters for the do I have to run it every day question. UviiMake's own numbers say that if you print daily, you're looking at about $54 a month just in ink maintenance. Deep clean cycles and pre-print priming, that's not print cost. That's just keeping the machine alive. And this is the catch. The E1 purges ink on shutdown and doesn't have a real vacation mode. It wants to stay powered on all the time. So if you're a crafter who prints twice a month instead of every day, you're still eating a chunk of that maintenance cost. You just spread it across way fewer prints. Your cost per item goes up, not down, the less you use it. What you get for that? The most mature software in the category, hands down. UviiMake Studio has an AI texture generator, background removal, upscaling, generally the easiest on-ramp if you've never touched a program. And it's shipping today, not a promise. Verdict on the E1, this is a hobbyist machine that can support a small business. But the ink and maintenance overhead means you need consistent volume to make the per item math work. One more thing worth flagging. If you do craft fairs or on-site orders, the E1 is currently the lightest machine in this whole lineup at about 44 pounds. Compare that to the xTool O1 Omni at roughly 90 pounds, basically double the weight. If you need to load a UV printer into a car and set up on-site customization at an event, weight is a real factor. And right now, the E1 wins that fight by a wide margin. Now, the OMTech Spectra. This is one I have not run. This is research off their published specs and independent comparison. Machine cost is about $4,599 for the single head and up to $5,499 for the dual head. That's roughly double the E1. But here's why print shops look at this one seriously. It's an open ink platform. No proprietary cartridges, Ink runs about $66.70 per kilogram compared to that to the UviiMake, roughly $430 per kilogram in cartridge form. That's about 6 times the difference in ink cost. Maintenance-wise, the Spectra auto cleans every 12 hours or so and keeps white ink circulating so that it doesn't settle. That's built for a machine that's running constantly. This is not a print once a month tool. It's designed around consistent, near daily use in the shop environment. No fabric printing here. This is a rigid substrate only. Woods, acrylics, metal, glass, up to 5 millimeters of stackable texture. Verdict, this is a small business machine. The higher price only pays for itself if you've got an order volume to actually use that cheap open ink. A crafter printing occasionally is paying industrial shop money for a hobbyist usage pattern. xTool's O1 Omni, also research, not hands-on. This one hasn't even shipped yet. There's 3 editions, the single UV at $1,699 pre-order and $2,499 at the MSRP. Dual head UV at $2,699 pre-order and $3,299 MSRP. And finally, the UV Plus DT fabric, meaning that it also does apparel printing at $2,799 pre-order to $3,499 MSRP. The ink is the headline number here. Launch price is $13.99 for 125 milliliters, working out to around 11 to 16 cents a milliliter, depending on whether you're at launch or at full MSRP. That undercuts the E1 ink cost by more than half. The catch, this is a deposit locked pre-order pricing, and xTool's own timeline has it shipping in August of 2026 at the earliest. I'm not putting this in anyone's shop today. I'm telling you what to expect when it lands. If the ink pricing holds after launch, this is one that could make small business math work best. Lower ink cost and a fabric option in one box. HeyGears G1 series, this one is in Kickstarter stage. Reservations and deposit only as of the filming of this, with actual campaign launching in July of 2026. Full research, not hands-on. Pricing, the base G1 starts around $1,699 in the VIP deposit pricing, up to $3,299 for the G1X. Post-launch MSRP is higher, $2,699 for the G1 starter, up to $4,999 for the G1X starter. What makes this one different, HeyGears actually built it around the don't print every day problem. It auto-cleans after 3 days of inactivity and switches to nozzle moisturizing during extended standby. That's a direct answer to the exact question I keep getting. Most of these machines assume daily use. This one is designed to tolerate a crafter's on and off schedule. And it's the only one in this lineup that does genuine freestanding full color 3D printing on the G1X model, on top of the flat UV and texture relief. That's a different category entirely from the other 4. The caution, this is a Kickstarter pledge, not a store purchase. HeyGears has 8 years in resin printing in the industry, so risk is lower than a brand new startup. But shipping in 2026 with no month attached is still a real waiting game. Verdict, if your printing schedule is genuinely sporadic, a crafter making gifts here and there, not a shop running daily orders, this is the first machine actually engineered around that reality. But you're funding a campaign, not clicking buy now. Last one, longer ePrint series, also on Kickstarter, also research only for me right now. This campaign funded its 50,000 goal in 60 seconds and crossed $1 million in 45 minutes. So there's real demand here. 2 models, the ePrint SE, single print head, 6 channels, around $1,299 to $1,499, depending on when you backed it. The full ePrint, dual print head, 12 channels, around $1,699 to $1,899. There's also an all-in-one combo bundle, near $2,949. Two things stand out. First, it's an open ink system, no proprietary cartridges. You buy bulk bottles from whoever, which directly attacks the E1's biggest complaint. Second, up to 60 millimeters of raised 3D texture compared to E1's 5 millimeters. That's not a small gap. That's a completely different tier of texture work. The dual head design is also rated up to 6 times faster, specifically on white ink stacking, which is usually the slowest part of any UV print job. Same caution as HeyGears Kickstarter pledge, fulfillment timing isn't locked. Longer has shipped 4 crowdfunding campaigns before, so there's a track record, but don't spend rent money on a delivery estimate. Here is the actual answer to the question. If you're a crafter making gifts, selling occasionally, printing a handful of times a month, I'd actually point you toward a single UV edition of the xTool O1 Omni or the HeyGears G1 over the E1. XCS is genuinely easy software to pick up, and both of those machines recycle ink instead of purging it into a waste on every cleaning cycle like the E1 does. The purge to waste habit is exactly what makes the E1 expensive for someone who isn't printing daily. There's talk of an expanded tank option in development for the E1 that could let white ink recycle back into the cartridge instead of getting purged. But even if that ships, it's built around a volume of ink that is overkill for a casual crafter. The E1 still can work for a crafter. It's just going to cost you more in ink over the long run. And remember, the O1 Omni isn't shipping yet. So today, right now, the E1 is probably the only one that is still relatively affordable of these 5 options that you can buy and start printing on within the next week or so. Now, if you're stepping up from casual crafting to a steadier volume, that's where the dual head UV edition of the O1 Omni comes in. The second head and the extra ink channels are built for someone producing enough to justify that jump, which pushes it closer to a small business territory than the single head version. What you should not buy is the OMTech Spectra as a hobbyist. You'd be paying for daily use ink economics that you're never going to use. If you're running an actual small business with consistent daily orders, that math flips. The OMTech Spectra ink cost advantage and the xTool's O1 Omni lower ink pricing start paying for themselves fast because you're spreading that machine cost and the maintenance overhead across real volume. The upfront price stops mattering as much as the cost per unit. Actually, let's call these 5 what they are: prosumer machines. Compare them to true professional grade UV printers, which start closer to $30,000, and every machine in this video suddenly looks like an accessible tier, built for a small, one-off print shop or a craft fair vendor, not an industrial print line production. And remember, a craft fair vendor's idea of production run is usually a dozen or so pieces, not 1,000. That changes the math on all of this. The O1 Omni also has an actual vacation mode, so it's not the only machine built to forgive you if you're going quiet for a stretch. Every one of these assumes you're either printing enough to justify the ink and upkeep, or you've picked a machine like the G1 or the O1 Omni specifically engineered to tolerate that gap. And here's the honest answer to: does the average crafter need a UV printer? No, not need. But let's be clear on what I mean by crafter versus maker here, because I don't use those terms the same way. A crafter or home hobbyist, the same thing in my book, is someone making gifts, not necessarily selling anything or selling here and there in small batches. A maker is someone actually running sales with real order volume. If you're a crafter and you just want color on wood or other hard materials without taking on a 2,000 plus UV printer and its monthly ink bill, let's take a look at the xTool M2 instead. It's $599. It uses a proprietary CMYK inkjet cartridge, not true UV cured ink. Combined with a laser for cutting and engraving, in one box. It's not a UV printer, but it's genuinely built for home crafts. And it might solve the actual problem you have without the overhead we just spent the whole video talking about. If you're a maker with sales volume to back it up, that's when the UV printer starts to make sense. Quick gut check before you back a Kickstarter or drop money on any of these. 2 of the 5 machines in this video are still Kickstarter pledges, not store purchases, the HeyGears and the longer. The xTool O1 Omni is different. It's a finalized product officially listed on the xTool site right now. You just can't get your hands on a unit until it ships in August. That's a real distinction. Not shipped yet isn't the same risk as still a pledge and a promise. But the excitement is the same either way. And exciting is exactly how shiny tool syndrome gets you. Before you buy any of these, ask yourself one question. Do I already have the sales that are needed for this machine? Or am I hoping the machine creates the sales? If it's the second one, wait. Let the machine ship, let the reviews come in, and let your actual order volume tell you what you need, not the Kickstarter countdown timer. That's the real breakdown. 5 machines, 4 numbers that really matter, and an honest answer on who each of these is actually built for. If you want me to do a full ink cost calculator video once the O1 Omni and the other 2 Kickstarter machines actually ship, let me know in the comments and I'll build it out. I hope you found this information helpful. If so, please subscribe and like this video. I'm Brad and this is My Simple Builds. Until next time, go make something.